What's going on, guys? It's Bandit FX. Today is June 30th, 2021, and in this video I'm going to be covering a GBPJPY buy trade that I took this morning during the New York session at around 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So taking a look, this is basically exactly how I have my chart labeled. These are the exact levels. I haven't changed them or moved them or anything, but we were looking for buys above 153.250 or sells below 152.780. Obviously, we ended up getting the buy trade, but it did not work out in our favor. I ended up getting stopped for about 8 pips. Now, how this trade basically played out is that we had a resistance right here at this level at 153.250. Now, taking a look at these two candles right here, the 6:30 a.m. candle and the 7 o'clock candle, both of these candles came up into this area, tapped into this level, but failed to close above. So there were two upper wick rejections here, but this was kind of giving me a sense of, hey, either this is just retesting this previous high before we continue, or we may be headed down. However, the next candle did close bullish, had a top wick, very, very strong bullish candle leading into the 8 o'clock candle. This was the 7:30 a.m. candle. So right before New York opened, there should have been a lot of volume in this, a lot of volume coming into the market. So I was thinking we could get that push to the upside and have a successful buy trade. But what ended up happening is the next candle came right back down and stopped me out on a deep liquidity grab. There was actually just testing a lower level that, or retesting a lower level that it has not had the chance to retest. So we basically broke out, got the chance to retest on this bullish candle, even though you can't see it on the 30-minute time frame. Once we did break above this level here, or this level here, we actually came up, had a little bit of a retest, and price, this is basically where we entered. But what I didn't keep into account is that um, this level, once we broke above 152, 980, 978, 980. So once we broke above this level here, which, I mean, it's kind of like the halfway point through this, this bigger range. But taking a look at it here, this was a pretty significant level in the past. Price had basically used this as support multiple times. But when we had broken through this level, we never actually came back down and retested. So this was basically the pullback for the continuation to the upside. So we did have the overall correct bias as far as the direction. However, the stop loss was too tight and our entry was with poor timing. So the ways that I could have managed my risk on this trade is once again, we entered on this candle right here. This bullish candle, once we got the close above the previous resistance over here, that is when the entry was taken. Once we came down, had this deep bottom wick, and then candle closed bullish. Um, you know, Candle still, I mean, the candle made a slightly lower low and a slightly higher high, but it did close bullish. So, there still was kind of like a 50-50% chance that price was going to either go up or down. However, I know I talk about this candle formation a lot, but this three candle formation, this is an evening star. The opposite is a morning star, but I mainly focus on this for crypto, but I do see it a lot now in Forex as well. And I notice it because I use it so much in crypto now that's why I'm noticing it over here in these charts. And it actually does work a lot of times in and forex trading as well. But basically, what happened is you had this push up doji candle, and then the next candle came down and broke the low, and that is where I ended up getting stopped out. Um, you know, what I could have identified is once we didn't break the high here and we started actually coming back down below this previous candle body and started breaking back into the range that we had just recently broke out of, that should have been my signal to manage some of my risk, take a little bit off the table, or close the full position. However, I didn't do that, and I actually got hit with the full 8 pip stop loss at full risk, which was only 1% anyways, but um, still, it's always good to manage risk when you can. But something interesting about this is that, we found what price was actually doing, um, even though it didn't work out for us. I'm going to go ahead and delete all of this. So you guys can see this was the overall range. This was where our entry candle was, but if you can, draw from swing low to swing high, we did break the previous high right here, and candles are starting to trend upwards. If you were to draw a fib on this, this comes right off the 618 level, or just about, depending on where you draw this. I mean, realistically, it should be at this wick right here. So right off the 618 level, this was the golden zone retracement for the continuation upwards, and we did actually hit the 618 extension as well. So um, different ways to look at things. You know, sometimes you don't get the full picture. Sometimes you get so focused on one thing that you miss something else. But as long as you learn something from your losses and your winners, you can't really do much more than that. But yeah, guys, this was the trade we took today. It was a loss, unfortunately. Only an 8 pip loss, 1% drawdown for the day. But let me know if you guys like this video. Please leave a like, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe.